So Ashley, we've been really busy the last couple weeks, and the sound's kind of echoing in here because it's a big empty room.
And it's like we're in a big box.
Yeah, we revamped the studio, so here we are in the new studio. It's not quite finished yet. We wanted to kind of give you guys an update, so show you guys what's going on. We'll flash up some pictures on the screen of before and after, and so you guys can get a kind of good look at what's going on here. But ultimately, it comes down to just now discovered we need new cameras. So it's as we're playing around and getting ready to record, we realized that the lighting is perfect in here, but the camera doesn't.
It makes it look like the room's leaning.
It does. It makes the room look like it's leaning. Not only that, but it is. It just doesn't highlight the room very well. It like because we've got all kinds of stuff back here
beautiful
behind
room.
us, and it really is. It came out really good, and I want to give a shout out to everybody who made this possible. My buddy Lindley, and my dad. He came over and helped paint, and you helped paint.
Yeah, Sean.
Sean for helping hang up all the stuff in there, and Lindley and Paul who came with Lindley, Paul Quinn, he came over and helped do all the construction and the electrical. And so just to give a shout out to everybody who came and helped and made this all possible. I couldn't be happier the way it turned out, other than the amount of time it's taken to do it.
Well, and the fact that now I want to paint the rest of the house, the color of the room, because not the black,
The gray.
but the gray.
I'm pretty proud of that because I picked that color.
Yeah.
All by myself. We went to the hardware store to get the materials for this. I don't know anything about construction, so I was just kind of along for the ride, and I was, the guy with the card. So as we were at Home Depot, I've never really picked out color before, but I knew what kind of color I wanted. Just didn't know what shade, and
You did a good job.
I didn't have a woman with me to tell me what I wanted, so.
I don't know nothing about paint either. I just know once it's up on the walls, I like it.
It came out really nice, though. I'm really proud of it, and it did take a little bit of time, but it's been worth it. And like I said, there's a huge echo in here. It's because we got some blank walls, but I'm putting that foam up, and it's a little time consuming because I can't. I'm not the best guy with a pair of scissors, so
Maybe you need like a
box knife. I have one. It's just where am I going to cut it?
Yeah,
The scissors do better than a knife in that situation. I could use a knife on the wall, but I don't want to do that.
No.
So
No.
but yeah, it's come along really well. It's Sunday actually. The Chiefs lost their first game of the season today. It's kind of heartbreaking, kind of bittersweet, but you know what? We got that loss out of the way, and we can just focus on the rest of the season now. So
Well, and maybe it humbles them a bit. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, I think they may have needed that a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Take them down a notch.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn my headphones down here because I'm kind of yelling at myself.
And the room makes it like 10 times worse.
It does. But I'm very proud of the way it came out. I know I say that, but man, it's looking around, everything's new. It smells new in here.
Like you wouldn't know this was a garage 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So it's half a garage. You see that door over there? It when you open it up, it goes into the other half of the garage, it's now, I guess, a shed.
Yeah.
So
Hey, but everything fits in it. It's
I
fine.
don't have to buy a shed now. So, and that's right. Everything, it's a little cramped in there, but I need new shelves in there. And I think that would help out quite a bit because the shelves that are in there are kind of,
Yeah. Crappy.
yeah. And they're falling apart. So I'm kind of leery about putting stuff on them. And so I've got stuff spread out, and it's just one of those things, but one step at a time. Some updates on the show, though, some more updates on the show. We just discovered we need a new camera, but it's going to be in pieces. It's going to be slowly over time. I mean, we've been doing
'Cause
this
they're
thing.
expensive.
It is expensive. We knew we weren't going to stick with the same webcam for forever. We knew that, but we've been doing this thing almost a year now, and updating it slowly but surely. We just started making a little bit of money, so it's on its way to changing, and we're going to get some more good stuff out there. I got some good guests coming up, and I'm pretty excited about those guests and in the new studio here, and hopefully it won't sound like a big empty room for very long.
Yeah.
I'll have this stuff up probably a couple of days.
I mean, but the good thing is like there's more lighting. It doesn't look as dreary.
Yeah, it was kind of sleepy in here, wasn't it?
Yeah. Especially like if you think about it, you know, especially on like the remote interviews.
Yeah.
So you're just in here in a dark room, you
Yeah.
know, and like that person you're talking to may be in a bright room.
Right.
And
right.
so, and if you have like a dark shirt on, like
Yeah.
you're just a face.
It's coffee. Yeah, you know, have coffee and wake you up a little bit, not put you to sleep, right?
Yeah. I don't know though. Like some people have told me like there's something about Ricky's voice that it just makes me want to go to sleep. He needs to read books is what they say.
Yeah, I tried that. I can't do it in here at Echo.
Well, maybe not right now.
Yeah. Once I get the sound deadener up on the walls, it'll help out quite a bit. We got some curtains. Like it won't look anything like this the next time you guys see me.
Yeah.
I'll have all that stuff put up within a couple days, and really the only reason that we wanted to get together and do a podcast today is because we hadn't done one in a while, and we wanted to give a little update, and I thought it might be best to just come on here and say what's on my mind, and you know, because that's what a good guy would do, right? You know, I'm having a little bit of difficulties dealing with the stress of taking this whole studio apart and putting it back together, mainly because the entire studio was in the house. And I was watching dust and debris all over everything, and it was scary to say the least. And like, is all this dust going to come off? Like, it was a mess, and I didn't want to break anything. Fortunately, we made out pretty good on the breakage. We didn't lose anything important. So
I mean, like the cats tore the hell out of our chairs.
yeah,
but,
that's true.
you know.
And the table's seen better days, but we've discussed and again, we wanted to give us an update on the studio. So the studio's not anywhere near completed. So as we talked about just a second ago about new cameras, I'm going to put cameras all over this room eventually, but we've got to have the money to do that. And not only that, but I know, you know, before I didn't want cameras all over the place because then it shows how big of a
Everything.
mess everything was. And nothing was permanent in here before. Everything was just like a movie set. So if you could walk out of your kitchen, it was like walking into a movie set, was it not?
Yeah. Well, and like I'm not even worried about mess now that I've seen Joe Rogan's whole table.
Yeah.
Like they're just
Yeah.
like, that's a mess. There's too much going on that table.
But my favorite thing on that table is his UFO. It's modeled after Bob Lazar, his UFO sighting, or the UFOs he said he got to work on or got to see, and that was modeled after what he saw.
Well, like if I was a guest on Joe Rogan, like I would be so focused on all the stuff on the table that I wouldn't
That's
be
the
paying
difference
attention.
between me and you. I could have time to see all that stuff before and after the show. In the middle of the show, like it's kind of like this. It'd be just a conversation. When you put the headphones on, it really helps. It
Yeah.
really helps isolate the conversation. I really think. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, because
'Cause
then
you-
you can't hear the outside
Yeah, you can't really.
noise.
Not only that, but it's not. You don't really. You can hear it maybe, but you're not paying attention. This is right here. It's just me and you here, and that's all that we really can pay attention to.
Yeah.
And it's nice to do that every now and then. And the guys, the people that Joe Rogan talks to they're in the moment. They're having a conversation, and that's what podcasting is all about. Is just conversations between people, and show updates and crap like that.
Yeah.
And well, now that we've got a new president, I wanted to brighten up the whole place, and that's kind of what it felt like after election Tuesday. Was Wednesday. It was like the entire country just, it's over.
Yeah.
Now we can go back to regular commercials that aren't, spam, and get ready for, in 2 more years it starts again. So
Yeah.
all over again. They give us a year of a break for a minute.
Yeah. They should give us like a grace period.
Yeah. That's okay though. Wintertime's coming. My favorite holiday's coming, Christmas. I'm pretty excited about Christmas coming up.
Yeah.
But I never really finished talking about the camera idea. Like, we wanted to put a desk in here from wall to wall and make it a whole big podcasting table. And we're thinking about 6 months down the road, we're going to get a different audio processor, and we're going to start recording our podcast differently. Right now we've got it going directly to our computer, being saved there automatically. I think what would be it'd be to our advantage to just start recording directly to memory sticks and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I don't know. I may have done. No, maybe I didn't. I don't know. I thought I changed it, but maybe I didn't.
Well, you know how cameras work. They them. Oh, I don't know how they necessarily work, but those chips that they
Yeah.
got, the memory sticks and stuff like that, that's how they work. And they film directly to those, and then you just use those and transfer to your editing equipment. I think I like that idea a lot better than being connected to a computer, because all these wires are everywhere and it drives me nuts. And so before we started filming, we had to drag our computer across the floor and connect it to our audio equipment. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I want to have everything right here.
Yeah.
And so we don't
And not have to move furniture every time you go to record.
Exactly. I want to be able to walk out of the podcast studio and come back in it like I never left.
Yeah.
And I like that idea. We did have that going on for a while, but that's why we had to revamp the studio, because everything was in the middle of the floor and you had to walk around it.
Yeah.
So
You had to try not to trip over the leg of the wall, and
yeah. And so
And now it's warmer in here too.
it is. So the garage has always been air conditioned and heated, but it leaked like a sieve. And so after we closed it off, we insulated this wall, and that's an exterior door. So it's we're snug as a bug in a rug in here.
Yeah.
Like, it's 38 degrees outside, I think.
It's probably 70.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, 70, 71, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And as for lighting, as you guys can see, there's a whole lot difference between the lighting, and we don't have those silly ass ring lights that you see on the cameras or anything like that. I can't afford to have production lights in here like some of the more well-produced podcasts have, but I don't see that stuff in my future either. I think practical lighting will be good enough for us. I just got to get some brighter bulbs in here. I got those warm LED lights. I don't like those. I like the daylight a lot better.
Yeah.
And because it gives everything a yellow tinge. It kind of looks dirty.
Like somebody's been smoking in here.
Yeah, it's a brand new room too. We did smoke in here, not anymore, but
Yeah. No.
everything's nice, new,
It smells clean.
smells clean. And
It is clean.
the table even looks a lot better under light, don't it? Mm-hmm. It looks a lot different. It looks cheap. It was cheap.
It looks cheap.
It's all broken on the corners and stuff. But you know what? It came broken, so I got a discount on it. I got 50% off this table. So
It does what we need it to do.
it's a table, and it's a podcast table, so it doesn't have to be fancy. We're just having a conversation.
Yeah.
And what's the last couple of weeks been like for you, having all the studio stuff in the house? Has it been cramped in there?
Yeah. So having to navigate around the computer in the kitchen, and then having Rocket spinning in the chairs while you're trying to cook dinner in the kitchen, and the cats
All over
trying
the place.
to walk on the computer while you're trying to edit or do anything on the computer.
Or fighting at your feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or that rug, the big rug in the middle of
Oh,
the floor.
yeah. Well, that was only a
Boxes
couple days
everywhere.
because during construction, it was only in there during the day. And then when we were done for the night, we put it out here. But then there was a couple days where I didn't put it out here because it was dirty.
Like it was just like to where I gave up cleaning until it was all gone because
I know it was
Because of
terrible.
the
Like
dust and-
yes, it was. It got to the point where I didn't know. I was like, is this ever going to come clean? Like, is this going to come out? Like we were tracking shit into the carpet. And
like
I
one day
tracked
there was
paint in there.
huge chunks of like it had to be like
It was.
sheetrock
It was no.
or
It was
something.
cellulose. Cellulose insulation.
Oh, because it was like chunks of it, and I'm like, what the hell? It's like all the way in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But anyway, now that part's over, it's just the easy stuff that we have to do now. None of the dirty stuff. The dirtiest stuff coming up now is like sawdust. That's about it.
Yeah.
And like stain. I think we're gonna wait until spring to put in the shelving behind us, and like we gotta wait for money anyway to do any of this stuff.
And
But
like put the trim
yeah.
on the walls and
But I think I'd rather wait until spring. That way we can keep the mess outside. We don't have to do it inside.
yeah.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, anybody got any camera recommendations? Put them in the comments.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking camcorders. That's what I'm really thinking. Because they're not that expensive. A few $100.
I
You
mean,
can get-
Sully's got like an ancient one in there.
yeah. We can record in, Minecraft.
Be all pixelated.
Minecraft ADP.
Yeah. We actually probably got better video quality on our cell phones than
Yeah, I'm sure that we'd have
Webcam.
better. And we have 2 cell phones.
yeah.
We can put one over here and one over there. We could try that one of these days. I don't see it happening. I don't. I'm kind of.
Seems time consuming.
It does. It's because you
It's
can.
probably a lot easier than what we're thinking it's gonna be hard. It's probably really easy.
Well, I'm technology stupid these days, and I think most of it's laziness because I don't like to. I don't like to pay attention to that kind of stuff because I don't care. I assume somebody else is going to be there to do it for me.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to learn new software. Like I'm not being paid to use it. I'm actually paying to use it. So it feels different.
Yeah.
I guess, I was a telemarketer for a while. Well, like, not telemarketer, but like, what do you got? Customer service,
Yeah.
telephone customer service for a while. And, I was really good at it, but the worst part of it was learning how to use the computer systems because they were so unnecessarily difficult is what I like to say. Like computer programs were simpler when I was a kid. Like they did more stuff and they were simpler when I was younger.
Yeah.
And it wasn't pay to play either. You bought your software and that was it. You did have to pay for updates, but that was all.
Well, when I worked in collections, of course, it was like customer service, I guess, but collections. Like I don't even think we had a double screen back then, so we had to work off one screen
Oh, that would have been
and
nice.
like toggle between like, different applications. But it was like, it felt ancient, like it felt old.
Clunky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the systems that I was working on felt like clunky and old and
Yeah.
very cheap.
Like if people would call us, like call the collection place,
Yeah.
like the only screen that we had access to was you had to put their social security number in first. You couldn't even find out any information.
Oh,
And-
I wouldn't tell you
And
my
I
social
thought,
security number.
I wouldn't tell anybody my social security
Right.
number. But like these people were actually like people that were like wanting help and wanting to pay their bills. And it's like, oh yeah, I need your social security number.
No, yeah, I don't worry about all that stuff because now, because there's so many different ways to do it now. Like not over the phone. I can't. I do. I guess I'd feel more comfortable doing it over the phone than I would online.
Yeah. I just thought it felt like there was a better way.
Well, these days my social security number ain't worth shit anyway. So
Go ahead. Still my identity.
yeah, what you're gonna get is Bill. They're gonna come find you instead of me. So
Yeah.
that's all right. Amen. Anyway, so now that we've talked about Chiefs the election and the country's collective sigh of relief that it's over. I mean, I feel that collective sigh of relief like every 4 years. It's like, it's over, and everybody could stop talking about it for a while. But here I am talking about it.
Yeah. I mean, you're not pushing your beliefs down people's throats. Like,
no, I really just
you
want
have other people down there.
I'd like to, I just like to talk to people for, like if they have a different point of view than mine, oh, well, I want to hear it. I like talking to people, and if they have a different view, it's always nice to hear those different views, even if I don't agree with them. And I don't have to sit here and say, oh, I don't agree with you. I'd say, oh, that's interesting. Tell me more. And maybe they, like I've changed my mind on several things just in the last 10 years, and it's all from just talking to people and being educated and looking stuff up and being curious. So, talk away. Yeah. Tell everybody how you feel. I'm here to listen. Just don't be mad about it. Don't be angry. Be nice. We don't have to devolve to name calling if we don't agree. Just, move on and okay, that's good enough. If you think that person's crazy, you don't like, seriously, is that crazy person going to stop being crazy just because you call them out on being crazy? I don't think so.
No. Probably going to act more crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Or they're going to win elections.
Yeah. For being crazy.
Anyway. But we talked about the studio. We gave you guys a little update. You got any more updates you want to tell everybody about? I'm pretty excited about some stuff going on in your world, but I ain't allowed to talk about it. So.
Oh. Yeah. I really don't. Like, my life has been consumed by what you've been consumed with.
I'm pretty much the last couple weeks. I didn't think it would be that bad until we tore into it, and I was like, what did I do?
Yeah.
But now it's over, and I'm really, really thankful for all the help that we got doing it. I was pleasantly surprised by everybody that came and helped, and everybody that came through, and we got the room painted in record time there because it was raining that first day, and it wasn't drying worth a shit, and and
kind of sticky.
Yeah, kind of sticky. And I don't really know what I'm doing. Yeah. And I had a lot of fun, and Dad was like, throw the, what did he kept saying? Put the paint on like you didn't pay for it. Yeah, there you go.
It's like, but I did pay for most of it. But hey, we still got plenty left.
Yeah, yeah. And that, I think that black could have used a third coat because there's still some white showing through, but it's all right because it's not like it matters because we're going to put foam over it anyway. And that's what it's there for, is so white doesn't show through the foam. Yeah. Because as that foam gets old, it starts shrinking. So we'll eventually have to pop them off there and replace them every couple of years or whatever. But
yeah.
And it doesn't really matter. I'm sure in a couple of years' time, I'll have something else in my mind that I'll be like, well, let's remodel again, and then I'll be reminded why.
Just do the whole thing.
Yeah. That's usually how that's kind of how this went. Because like once we tore into it, and I'm like, oh yeah, don't forget we wanted to do this. Well, don't forget we wanted to do this. And I'm sure Lenley was like, man, are you done? Like, I got to go home.
I got shit to do today.
Right. But I'm very thankful. And he's going to be on the podcast. I'm going to invite him in, and we're going to talk about Made in America and what it means to us, because like this room was made in America, and I'm very proud of we have
repurposed wood.
We do. 120-year-old. Mm-hmm. I'm sure it came out of a western forest here, and
your signs were made in Kansas City.
That's right. The signs were made in Kansas City. The photos were framed here in Kansas City. Everything was like, I can't say everything in this room was made in the United States because this table's Chinese and it looks it.
Hey.
It is what it is, though. Right. It serves its purpose. Hey, I can afford a real nice table when we first started, and this is good. I mean, this is good enough. It's a damn table and it's sturdy, so that's what I needed.
Yeah.
And when we're done with it, it'll serve another purpose because this is a 3-piece top, so we can we can make them smaller tables or something. But it definitely served its purpose, and I'm very proud of it. And we've got this. My computer desk, the thing that you're watching us from here, is actually a roll around tool bench. It's funny as shit because it's like if you bought it for a computer desk, it'd be a $2,000 desk.
Yeah.
But because it says toolbox on it or tool bench, it was $200.
Well, and we bought the boys, Caleb and Sully.
It's a
both
sitting
one.
stand too, and it goes up and down.
Yeah, we bought them both one for their TV stands.
Yeah. And so they use them as desks, TV stands, gaming stations.
Yeah.
It works. I mean, it's a Husky. Where the hell would we get a Home Depot?
Home Depot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were walking by and we were like, that looks like a good desk.
And it's sturdy. It works very well. It's a sit and stand, so it goes up and down. It's very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
But I really think that there's going to be a resurgence of made in America, made in USA, bring manufacturing projects back here to the United States. And let's get the infrastructure talk going again. Let's start talking about infrastructure, and I'm going to talk to people that put in infrastructure like I used to. Talk about what they're seeing out on the ground and how things are going in their jobs, and seeing if they're getting any money for certain projects and stuff. If not, where that money's going, because we've gotten several raises that we've had to pay for of upgrades over the last 20 years, and I haven't seen them. And that's just the last 20 years that I know of. So, and I'm real curious about the sewer deal going on here in St. Joe, and I'm going to dig into that a little bit. I'm going to talk to some people on that side of the aisle about sewer bills, sewer rates, and where the hell our money's going on that, because there's not been any infrastructure upgrades on that for 120 years.
Nope, and it hadn't got any cheaper. It only went up.
That's right. And I'm going to dig into that a little bit, and I'm going to dig into manufacturing, like we said, made in America. And I want to talk to some coal miners. I want to talk to regular guys out there and see what everybody thinks about everything, the status of the United States, where we're going, where we see ourselves in the future, how we get to where we want to be, and ultimately, how to be better people at the end of the day. But with
we're
all that,
on this big ball of dirt together, right? That's
right. We're all on this big ball of dirt together. Thank you for that one, Lindley. But anyway, you know what? We're going to, I think we're going to sign off for now, and we're going to give you guys a few days. Give us a few days to get this all back together, and I'll be back with, I think my next guest will be Will Jones. I think he's coming in on Wednesday. So we're going to be back and see you guys on Friday. Everything will be done on Friday. You guys won't see any of this stuff anymore. It'll be completely different. Well, I mean, you'll see this stuff. That's not going to change, but all this stuff over here is going to change.
Look a little different. You won't see the door.
Yeah, you won't see the door. It's going to be like Narnia. No, seriously, we're going to cover it with
But it's not going to be as pretty as Narnia on the other side.
It might, it opens up to that park out there. If it was summertime and that's all you saw, there's no cars in the driveway, and you opened up the door, and it was like,
you're going to see the neighborhood cat and the freaking
Garfield.
The millions of squirrels we have.
Oh yeah, and deer
moles
across the street.
Yeah, and deer. Yeah.
But I said I would flash.
So I guess it's kind of like Narnia.
I said
like animals.
Yeah. I said we'd flash pictures up of before and after on the screen. I don't know if you want to do that or not. I completely I committed you to that before I asked you, but I have them if you'd like to do that. If not, you guys can see them on Facebook. I'm dropping them on Facebook probably in the morning. But if you don't see them up on the beginning of the show, you can see them on Facebook. Get a hold of us there. Drop us a link or drop us a comment in the comments below, or get a hold of us on Facebook, Instagram,
email,
your sister's ass. Anyway, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.